Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today on Ascension, it's going to be JAEDONG versus BarrackS. It's a DEFCON 1 replay according to RJB. Let's see if we agree with him. Top side, it's going to be a Purple Terran player. It is BarrackS. And in the bottom right, under his Black Tiger Smurf name, it is JAEDONG. What a fierce name for a Smurf name. All right. Did I say Smurf name and Smurf name or fierce name and Smurf name? I don't know, man. I have 3 brain cells because of my 3 kids, but yeah, so it's going to be a TVZ here on Ascension. A very kind of weird map. Not as weird as like Troy or Minstrel or Monty Hall. That is certainly the case. But let's go ahead and check it out, shall we? Got ourselves a low ground. We got ourselves a nice natural, a third base with a high ground ramp here. So I don't think JAEDONG will be taking this because tanks perched up here will give you so many problems. So maybe third base is over here, right? Can tanks from here hit a hatch here? I feel like they can. Ugh. So we will see where JAEDONG expands in this TVZ. No proxies here from BarrackS. SSL has been very, very excellent, and Flash is back. He posted a video apologizing for his crypto, well, I don't know if he, being involved in some crypto that failed. How about that? Right? He did promote crypto to his audience, and the crypto failed like every other crypto that is not Bitcoin. Well, or Ethereum, or I'm waiting for the crypto bros to come in the comments and say, hey, you forgot to say this crypto that is still going strong, but I don't care. He apologized and then said he is back and he is streaming his ladder matches. We knew he was on the ladder, but he is streaming them. And I feel like it's a comeback to go to SSL2 and try to qualify. If he does try to qualify, I think he can. And I'm pretty confident that he can, right? He was #1 on the ladder a week ago. And if you're #1 on the ladder and you don't qualify for SSL, what's going on there, right? Right. Anyway, I just cannot wait to see Flash in the SSL and JAEDONG as well. What's up, JAEDONG? Flash, JAEDONG, Bisu in the SSL2. I know they can't play StarCraft forever, but maybe this is maybe a last hurrah for all 3 of them? In a premier tournament? That's fatalistic. That is fatalistic. They have many, many more years to go at a high level of a Brood War. Okay, got ourselves a refinery, but no gathering? No gas gathering? Just 100 gas until we can make a factory. Okay, so this is this going to be, yeah, vultures, yes. But is this going to be a full mech opening here from BarrackS? Lair on the way. Let's see the timing of the second gas here from JAEDONG. Yep. Throwing out a creep colony. Because trying to defeat a vulture showing up in the first 5 minutes without a sunken is a bad, bad time. Hoorah. Yeah, expanding after factory. Making a vulture. Back on gas here. And yeah, I think BarrackS is going to try to go mech here against JAEDONG. Opening mech. This is so rare, especially in the current meta. All right, RJB. I see what you're putting down. Machine shop. I'm going to say spider mines first. Ooh, or maybe speed to zip past these sunken colonies. I'm going to say spider mines. I'm going to say spider mining the map. Let's see. Okay, it's going to be a spire, right? There it is. Oh, that is the spire. I thought it was another sunken. Haha. So never mind. Maybe it's going to be Charon boost for the Goliath that you super need to fend off these Mutalisks, man. Vultures are very, very bad at shooting up. I think it'd be funny if they implemented just a basic attack where the Vulture Bike pilot like throws rocks up at like Mutalisks and Wraiths and I don't know, carriers and stuff. So he has like a super tiny, ineffectual attack against flying stuff. It'd be hilarious. Like in StarCraft 2, they gave High Templar just a little tiny basic attack that does maybe 4 damage per hit, and it's a slow attack. And it's just so Protoss players don't A-move their High Templar into the enemy army when they're attacking them. Which, I mean, come on. Do we need the crutch Protoss players? Do we really? I mean, probably some of us do. Probably many of us do. But yeah, it's just a tiny thing like that. Like 4 damage per hit, you know, 2.3 seconds between attacks. Just like, nah. Nah, it'd be hilarious. Anywho, we are getting Mutalisk. We are getting Carapace upgrade. Carapace upgrade is pretty much standard if you're going against Goliaths. Goliaths do 50% damage to Mutalisks anyway, but further reducing it is going to be really, really nice here against these boys with the Charon boost upgrade coming in on the machine shop right there as it spins and spins and spins. So he does take this third base, and he knows that it's mech. I just... Tank, tank, tank. Base dies. That's what I'm imagining right now with my imagination. Do kids these days have imagination? I just read a post on Reddit. There's a teachers subreddit where people kind of vent about how hard teaching is. But one of the things they've been talking about is like kids these days don't have an imagination somehow. This teacher said that they invited their kids up to their smart board, which I'm not entirely sure what that is because I got out of school way before the smart board became a thing, and said, you know, come up and write a story. Tell me a story about something that, you know, interests you. And the kids were like, well, what's the right answer? Like, what's the right what am I supposed to write? And they're like, no, you're supposed to, like, just come up with a story to tell. Like, like totally confused by this concept. And I'm like, oh, okay. Someone is failing our children. I don't know what's going on out there. Freaks me out, dude. All right, Mutalisks dive bomb on in, and ignoring the turret, they can target it. It's not entirely covered by the racks there. It is a little bit finicky to target. I mean, I can do it, so I assume that JAEDONG can, but he goes after SCVs instead. Swings back around to the outside, heals up a little bit, and he'll dive back on in there, no problemo. More and more mutas, man. We're going full on all of the Mutalisks known to man and Zerg kind here, folks. It's got 6 mutas. Got 3 more on the way. We got 3 more joining the party here. This is adding up to all of the Mutalisks known to mankind. A vehicle plating upgrade coming in here, too, from BarrackS. Very interested to see what that's all about. Any 4th bases here? There's like a hop, skip, and a jump drop over. Why are you expanding towards BarrackS? JAEDONG, do you not have any respect for this man? You should. I mean, it's not light over here, right? It's not speed. It's not rush. It's not any of these like incredible Terran players that exist. But still, whee, flying through. Whee. Ah, we were ready for you this time. Like, I don't have the Carapace upgrade yet. Ah! Yeah, can't really stick around and try to kill too many of those SCVs, but just trying to keep the Terran player pinned inside his base. Ow. Nice snipe on an Overlord. So much faster killing Overlords there. A nice snipe on a Muta, rather. Then an Overlord dies, but Overlords take full damage from our guys, the Goliaths. So they die a lot faster. Ooh, and getting a +1 flyer attack here, too. All right, man. I see you love Mutalisks. Let me put Mutas in your Mutas. I think this base might just straight up die. Does he know about this? Based on the fact that he's heading... Oh, never mind. He's heading this way to the high ground position. He doesn't have any siege tanks. I feel like the Mutas would probably just pick them apart. But, dude, there's 1 Sunken defending this 3rd base. Come on. Come on. Alrighty, then. Well, I'm trying to kite a little bit here. Stutter step away from the Mutas. The Carapace upgrade is complete. They are a little bit tankier when it comes to these Goliath hits. Man, what is this? Advocat? Is Advocat back playing StarCraft? He's just all the Goliaths all the time. It's like a mono battle. This is 1 unit choice for both players. It's hard to tell. How are these Mutas doing? Really great, actually. Yeah, the Mutas are going to win this battle. These Goliaths are trying to stutter step. A ton of Mutas are dying, but Mutas will come out on top here just for sheer amount of Mutalisks that exist. Some reinforcements do join the party. Hold your horses, folks. Maybe yes, maybe no. Oh, he does have to flee. The reinforcing Goliaths really turning the tide there. Yo, okay, we're into Vulture movement upgrade. Ion thrusters. We're getting attack upgrades for the Goliaths too. The Mutas are like, all right, that was cool. I won that battle. Let's dive into the main base again. That's what we're built for, is for harassment. and killing SCVs and drones and probes and all sorts of great stuff. So this base totally lives. The mutas are able to defend it, despite what I was worried about from JAEDONG, but he's okay. Worker count is 45 to 41 in favor of BarrackS, but a couple more SCVs going down here. Yeah, turrets getting sniped out. Very nice. Very nicely done. Hiding his overlords down here because he knows the Goliaths can be roaming the map here and finding them and killing them very, very easily. So he's hiding the overlords, keeping a couple of them patrolling for drops potentially, but for the most part, doesn't want the overlords in any dangers away here. We are working on spider mines. We're getting a science facility. So it's probably going to be mech with science vessels for radiate purposes against this mutaflock. Because the Goliaths are good, right? But if you're going to radiate a mutaball and then hit them with Goliaths, you're going to have a much happier go of things. Yeah, that +1 flyer attack's almost done. JAEDONG's feeling pretty happy about that. Setting up to maybe get a third base over here is BarrackS. Yeah, man. Vultures are out. They got speed. That spider mine upgrade doesn't take that long to finish. It'll be here soon, too. And this is the thing. That's the thing. It's the range. You get free hits on these mutas from 4 miles away before they can even close the distance to attack you back. So that's why Charon Boost introduced in Brood War really changed Goliath. Goliath without Charon Boost cannot compete against Mutalisks cost for cost. But giving them that range upgrade really did it. Really changed it. Really balanced it. Burrows coming in from our guy, the Dong here. Macro Hatch coming up at the 4th. Macro Hatch at the natural. Love the Macro Hatch plays here out of JAEDONG. And we are adding some tanks into the mix now. I was wondering if we'd get some tanks. But it seems like BarrackS is okay with just adding in some more traditional mech units here. They can't shoot up. There are a couple lings to kill, and tanks can wipe out Sunkens. Ooh, hiders are being added in here, too, from JAEDONG. So, yeah, siege tanks are the right choice. Zergling comes in, sees, is there a third base? There is. Blah, and then gets murked. Radiate on the way. We told you. We told you it was coming. It is on the way here, folks. And ye old vultures try to get a couple drone kills. They end up getting 1. So 3 vultures for 1 drone is not great trades at all. Spider mines kind of haphazardly thrown across the map here, trying to kind of split the map in half with the mines, but I mean, there are some angles you can definitely tank to not run into those things if you're a Zergling, although not that you know where they are, because unless you have detection, they're invisible. Mutas die bombing into the main base of BarrackS again. And yeah, taking down turrets that are trying to be produced here, going after supply depots. Woohoo! Giant flock 1/1 Mutalisks. He's getting +2 flyer attack. Yeah, I don't know the last time I saw +2 flyer attack in a 1v1 game of StarCraft. Like, 3v3 fastest maps, absolutely we see upgrades on mutos all the time, all the way up to 3-3. But that's because Skyzerg is way better in fastest map than it is in 1v1. Ventral Sacks coming in too. You know how Falcon loves a good drop. Loves a good drop. But yeah, a bit of a silent moment here, so I'll tell you what. I'm streaming 6 times a week. Falcon lost his job about 6 weeks ago. He's trying to make a go of it as a full-time streamer. Hopefully maybe that can support his family instead of having to work for the man, right? I mean, I guess I'm technically still working for Twitch and YouTube, but let's not think about that too much. But yeah, check it out. I'm here streaming anywhere, I don't know, like during the middle of the day here, depending on where you are in Europe. Kind of towards the evening in Europe and maybe towards the evening-ish hours in the US as well. So check it out. I'm just here on YouTube and also on Twitch. Casting pro replays, casting some user-submitted replays, maybe doing some live games on Wednesdays. So check that out. Come say hi. Come drop me a super chat maybe if you want to support Falcon in his unemployed state. And if not, just come say hello, hit the like button, all that fun stuff too. If you just want more casts, you can't get enough of Falcon casts, then checking out the live streams Monday, well, Sunday stream too, Sunday through Friday. For now, until maybe forever. I even have a green screen now. Ooh, come see Falcon's green screen. I don't do it because I don't have face cam during these more important VODs I post during every day of the week, but still. It's awesome. All right, so what are we doing here? Just mass muta. Hiders are clearing out spider mines because they have incredible sick range. I'm not sure the tank count is enough to really handle these Hydralisks. There are 2 of them. That said, a Hydra dies immediately, so that's a good start. 5th base coming up from JAEDONG, taking this guy. But again, there's a little... Every single one of these bases, I feel like, have high ground spots you can... Oh, yeah, look at this high ground perching spot. Every one of these bases have tank perching spots to kill your base. From the high ground. Who designed this map? This is a stupid map. We'll see if BarrackS is able to use them at all, because who knows? Who knows if he's going to make it across the map whatsoever. JAEDONG is at 55 workers. BarrackS is at 73, though. That's impressive. Here comes the drop, and it gets spotted. It gets sniffed out by BarrackS, and here it's going to work. I don't know. The Mutas dive on him as well. Hydra's unloading all over the place. It is abject chaos inside the main base of BarrackS. It's a supply block on JAEDONG because those overlords are dead. Supply people are probably going to die here, too. So our guy BarrackS is going to lose some of his supply. All the responding Goliaths are dying. More responding Goliaths are here. Siege tanks in the mix too. A handful of Hydras left behind. They do snipe down Armory, denying an upgrade in the process. I did see that was moving. Target firing individual missile turrets, so further drops are easier, forcing BarrackS to replace those. And then another Muta Hydra attack. Maybe he's trying to sneak on into this 3rd base too. Do not let the Terran player sit on 3 bases and get all sorts of maxed out and complacent is the whole play here. Can these Hydras handle their 1-1-1 Hydras versus 2-1 Goliaths? Not really. Goliath DPS is kind of nuts, but then the attack in the 3rd base is coming up strong right now. Only 2 siege tanks. The Mutas need to jump on those guys immediately so these Hydras can actually get in here and do some work. There we go. Both tanks down. The Goliaths have to move, and the tanks from the main base all the way over to the 3rd base. We're, I was going to say lifting the command center. Nope, that's another command center that is over here. Man, bring a queen, infest a command center, JAEDONG. Let's do it. Let's do it. Usually indicates you're pretty much feel like you got the game won and you're playing with your Terran opponent. But still, it's awesome, dude. Slowlings. Why are we bringing slowlings to this party, JAEDONG? At least give the poor things metabolic boost. Oh my gosh, it is queens. Okay, so it is queens. He's going to try to go for the spawn broodling strat against this mech. There are a lot of Goliaths, though. It usually works better if it's a heavier vulture tank composition than if there are a gajillion Goliaths. And the reason there are a gajillion Goliaths is because you've been making Mutalisks, JAEDONG. So, of course, there's a ton of anti-air. I feel like this is your own fault. There are so many Goliaths in this composition. Bleh. I don't know. You know how I feel about queens. I feel like, yeah, they could take down mech once out of every 10 times. But most of the time, I just feel like you don't get the value from it. This is pretty good from BarrackS. Just enough tanks to force these Hydras back for sure. The tanks do have +2 attack. +3's coming in now. Look who has the high ground here. See, JAEDONG is desperately holding this high ground spot because he knows that if BarrackS gets this high ground spot, this base is going to die, and probably this one. So he is jumping in here, taking tank shots. Goliath's doing tons of damage too. Queens on the bottom side getting some spawn broodlings off, but also getting sniped because they're not being successfully microed away. Ah, gosh. This guy's getting just... All right, that queen's dead. Look, man, if you're going to use queens, at least right-click move them away after they've done their thing. Siege up, maybe siege up your tank. There we go. Sieging up the tank on the high ground. What did I say? Like minute 2 of this game. Mutas are sniping the 4th base attempt by BarrackS while this is happening. More spawn broodlings coming in. Still, siege tanks and Goliaths pretty good against this Hydra stuff, and this base is going to die. Holy smokes. This is a very strong mech pusher. Not a ton of it left, but drones are dying. 53 to 53 workers. I feel like those Mutas that were over there could come save the day, maybe. Oh, supply blocking JAEDONG forever by killing those overlords would be pretty sweet too. But the 3rd hatch does in fact go down. That queen doesn't run away far enough, so she's dead now. And we're still rampaging, folks. Dude, these overlords are in position to really supply block JAEDONG for the next year. He's kind of sharking around the middle of the map, picking off reinforcements so this group doesn't get any bigger than it is, which is nice, admittedly nice here. Gonna try. There's an irradiate on a queen, which means she's dead, so she might as well come in and get a spawn broodling off anyway. Try to get it. I'm not sure she got a spawn broodling off before she died, folks. That was not ideal. Sometimes units don't attack when you tell them to attack, or sometimes don't cast a spell when you tell them to cast a spell. Just watch Artosis if you want more information on this phenomenon. Dude, there's a base here. You know there's a base here. You can see the creep on this base. He's like, oh, hang on a second. Maybe we... Ah! Million Hydras back that way. We got to group up. We got to group up with the rest of our buddies. Here we go. Bringing some SCVs in. Maybe repairing some of these Goliaths. A lot of them are very injured, making them extremely vulnerable to Mutalisk attack, especially with that Glaive Worm bounce. Yo, 20 minutes into this game. 153 to 143 supply. Nobody's maxed out. But I feel like BarrackS, I feel like he's doing okay. Too many of these queens have died, accomplishing almost... Some of them have died accomplishing nothing. Well, let's see how these guys do. Big old swing in. Queens on the right side. Mutas on the left side. And they do get their spawn broodlings off. Tank count is reduced to 2. 2 more joining on the north. All these Mutas on the left side are getting wiped out. They probably should retreat from this position, but JAEDONG is not paying enough attention to them. Hydra is trying to come in and concave this thing. The tanks, some of the tanks aren't sieged up, so the Hydra's maybe going to do a little bit better here, but these are +3 mech units, sir. These Hydras are not meant to engage with +3 mech units, except maybe Vultures. Oh my gosh. Okay, once again, the mech army is whittled down. Both players about 100 supply, but the cost effectiveness of this mech is really helping BarrackS here. Extremely helping BarrackS here. Okay, sieging up, and it's an abandonment of this base. Yep, retaking the 3rd base while abandoning this 5th base. 4th base is now rolling. A Hydra is harassing it a little bit. Coming on again. D-Matrix on a siege tank to try to keep it alive. It does end up dying. There might be enough Hydras to actually do this one. The repair at the front lines is pretty sick, though. But no, it does look like JAEDONG's going to jump in here and wipe out every one of these tanks, every one of these Goliaths. That was like an 8-kill siege tank that died there, and we're back to square one here from BarrackS. He's been producing. He's got siege tanks and vultures in production here. He's like, the Muta threat is probably over. The question is, how many queens are there on the map? There's 2 here. Oh, my voice cracked. Don't worry, I'm 40 years old. My voice still cracks sometimes. There's another one there. So like 5 queens out on the map that JAEDONG has maybe completely forgotten about. Nope, he's moving these guys with a lot of purpose. I like it. He's making more. Okay, so he is intending to use queens here throughout the rest of this match. Spanning bottom left side. No, yes, no. No, yes, yes, no, 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 yes, no. 113 to 109. We are, man, some really good battles here, ending with slight wins for BarrackS once, and then a slight win for JAEDONG on the other side. Here he comes. Spawn broodling to the tank. Bam. Now the Hydras are a lot scarier. Irradiating one of the Hydralisks. He injures a bunch of his friends before he gets exploded. This 4th base of BarrackS is in trouble all of a sudden. I don't know if SCVs want to be fighting here. They are trying to snipe down the command center. Where are your queens? Bring a queen over. You could totally infest this command center, JAEDONG. Do it. Do it for the memes. Uh-oh. More orange is coming across the map. It looks pretty bad for JAEDONG all of a sudden here, but this is bad for BarrackS all of a sudden. More tanks. 1 high ground siege tank. Boom. Science vessels getting snippety sniped because the Goliaths are not attacking the Scourge. Okay, swinging back around again. He really wants to take down this command center. Last time he tried to kill it, he lost all of his Hydras in the process. He didn't go for the guaranteed damage, and it cost him immensely. Man, SCV's fighting again. Worker count not good, but it's still 51 to 43 workers. Okay, workers are getting absolutely pinned and picked off here too. Oh gosh, he's gonna save this base again? Okay, well, we're just mass hydraing right now for 51 workers and 5 bases. Like, you don't have enough tanks to stop me, friend. And it doesn't look like BarrackS does. No, too many SCVs died. This command center just immediately gets sniped. The repair doesn't happen on that one hardly at all. So this is alive, but finally he gets this one he goes for. These tanks are not sieged up. And I think JAEDONG has managed to pull it off here, using the queens, using the spawn broodling. Yeah, spawn broodling wipes out the tanks. Hydras are the answer to all this stuff. 152 supply. It was even like a minute ago, and now it is 2-2-1 in favor of the Dong. Sending a bunch of SCVs down to this 4th base, trying to mine from it, but there's literally nothing defending it against these Hydras. I guess these guys are swinging out to try to assist, but look at this. See, we're just making like 15 Hydras at a time because Zerg is Zerg. That's the nature of Zerg. They will outproduce you. It's just a matter of trying to get good cost-efficient trades against them. That's what the tanks are intended to do. There are some tanks here. But, oh, he spawned Broodling 2 of the Goliaths. What a weird choice. I thought for sure he'd get the tanks. Now the tanks. Now the tanks. Well executed there. Infest the command center. Please do it. JAEDONG, I will love to do it. Come on, you have a queen on the same screen as this command center. Target fire the CC. Bring the queen over like 3 more feet. No. Don't run away. Do not run away. Go up. Go up. Just, you're winning the game anyway. Just do it. Come on. No, don't go the other direction. GG. BarrackS taps out. Ah, JAEDONG gets the win, but he doesn't infest a command center, though he very, very easily could have. Extremely easily could have. I know there are some Goliaths over here, but bring all of these queens over, park them on top of this thing, attack it with the Hydras for 2 seconds, and bam, infested command center. That's it. That's it. That's all we had to do. Ah, that's okay. Good win there from JAEDONG, though. I thought for sure when the army showed up here and wiped out this base, it was the beginning of the end. But he was able to get so many Hydras out. His macro was insanely good. Got upgrades on those boys, too, the full 3-3. And then able to wipe out this group here as they were threatening this 5th. If this one dies, I think JAEDONG's in an immense amount of trouble. But instead, he brings the Mutas from the left side, bunch of Hydras from the right side, Queens, Spawn Broodling, and a bunch of the tanks there, too. Cleans it up. Makes BarrackS reset his position all the way back home. And then JAEDONG became the attacker. And then it got pretty bad from there. Just not enough tanks for these Hydras. It's really weird to see Hydras do this well against mech. But I guess a lot of the army was Goliaths there. And maybe that's the... Whoa. So that's kind of the back and forth, right? JAEDONG makes a ton of Mutas, so BarrackS makes a ton of Goliaths. So then more tanks, or more Hydras come out, so then more tanks come out. But then the Spawn Broodling happens, and so you need more Goliaths to deal with the Spawn Broodling. But then there are fewer tanks to Spawn Broodling because of the more Goliaths, so it's easier for the Queens. What a complicated little match that was. I don't know if anybody messed up necessarily, but... All right, good stuff. That was really, really, really good stuff. So let's go ahead and check out this final score here, but hit that like button if you're into it. Bonk, bonk, bonk. And let's check this out. 228,000 points to 230,000 points in favor of JAEDONG. Outproduced BarrackS quite heavily. Had less APM, but hey, APM's not everything. Did kill more stuff as the meching Terran, but not enough to overcome this produced number. Not even close. 32 to 6 buildings raised is kind of a big deal. And then total spent, a full 63,000 to 48,000 spent. Doing quick maths here, that is 15,000 resources. In 25 minutes, that'll get it done. So GG! What a fantastic showing. Here from JAEDONG. Good back and forth. Great game for sure. And that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.